So I want to welcome everybody today to our anniversary celebration. Um, Over this past little over a year, we have planned 3 grand openings and had a chance. So we are so pleased today that we could finally have a ribbon cutting, and we got a perfect day for it. So we're really glad about that. So we want to welcome you. We're happy you're all here to join in our celebration. A year ago, January, we were in our old shop, which was right over there. It's not there anymore because there's a beautiful new parking lot. But what we did is we closed from that old shop the last 2 weeks of that January, and gave ourselves 2 weeks to move into this building. We opened in this building on February 8th of 2020. We didn't have a grand opening right away because we thought, well, let's get settled in and people are away. We'll wait and we'll have a great grand opening in March. Well, that didn't happen. We were only open for a few weeks before we had to close. We were closed for 10 weeks last year because of the virus. We didn't open again until Memorial Day weekend. So this celebration is kind of a year. It's kind of our reopening and kind of a year of being open to the public. There are so many thank yous that we have to give to the community. The fact is that, first of all, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our board of directors. We have here President Larry Perrone, Colette Horn, Vice President, Doug Parks, who was also part of it at the time, Treasurer, Director Frank Daly, Director Tom Janicek, Secretary Camilla Rogers, and Director Frank Brown, as well as former Director Steve Tuttle. They all understood what our mission was, and they supported us all along the way. Larry, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah. So if you'll indulge me for a minute, I got a little story, and Mr. Viola will know this story. You know, as anytime we build anything in Ocean Pines, there's always somebody that is not happy, right? So at the time this project was planned, I was the chairman of the Budget and Finance Committee. It was approved by the board. I was elected to the board, became the treasurer. So I got a call from John one evening saying, hey, we might have a problem in how we're going to fund this place. So I'll give you a little accounting lesson, with all due respect to John, because he's our master accountant here, accountant. But when we pay for something, when we do something in Ocean Pines, we either have to pay we used to have to pay for it on our operational account, which this building was just over $100,000, about 110. Yeah, all in. And so that 110 would be added to what becomes your assessment. However, if it is an existing asset of Ocean Pines, we were able to take the money out of our replacement reserve account, which everybody pays for over the years anyway. So John called me and said, hey, we might have a problem because we were going to pay for it out of our replacement reserve account because it doesn't have a direct impact on the assessment that year. And John said to me, someone is questioning whether or not this is an asset of Ocean Pines. So I pulled out the asset register and went back through the years, and guess what? There's no craft building on the asset register. However, this was the old building at one time was the general store for the Ocean or the White Horse Park trailer park. So it was on the asset register, fully depreciated. So that confirmed that we were able to pay for it out of our replacement reserves. And in addition to that, we heard the comment, why are we spending this kind of money for 5 women with knitting needles? Well, let me tell you something. There are not just women in this shop. Charlie Davis. If you go in and look, you will see magnificent scroll work that Charlie Davis, he's part of the Pioneers Crafters. Bill Lobecker and his wife, and I think everybody knows my wife is, along with Diane Bank, are the managers here. Bill Lobecker and his wife, and my wife refers to them as Team Lobecker, he also is part of the Pioneers Craft Club. And in addition to that, the rest of us husbands, Mr. O'Connor over there and Tim back there, we are all involved in this with our wives, as I'm sure you know. So this is not just a building for 5 women with knitting needs. This is this is a full involved operation. What other people may not know is the money that is made here by the Pioneers Crafters gets contributed back to the community. And they've been able to go back and look at their records. They've contributed over $170,000 back to the community. And that goes to the police department, the fire departments, and all the operations, public works, Parks and Rec, that's right. So while this building now is properly on our asset register and is an asset of Ocean Pines, the real asset here are the members of the Pioneers Craft Club who do all the hard work, make their products, they get sold in here, and the money comes back to the community. So on behalf of the Ocean Pines Association Board of Directors, I want to thank the Pioneers Crafters for all the money that does come back to the association and congratulate you on this beautiful building and this delayed opening, but here we are.
I also want to thank John Viola, General Manager here, who worked with us and provided guidance and helped us through the project. We really thank you for all your help. And would you like to say a few words?
So, good morning, everybody. So, what usually happens when I follow the board president, they usually pretty much have what I was going to speak about. let me just adjust on the fly. Good. Let's just, the Pioneer Craft Club, come on, big round of applause for them. This beautiful building that Larry pointed out, it is fantastic. So behind any building, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of craftsmanship, obviously, with crafting. I want to recognize Joe Costello. I know he did a lot of work in there as far as stuff. And I've seen Joe's work, I've seen his work around Ocean Pines. I know he's retired. He has done a great job as well as his craft people. So, I just wanted to say thank you to the craft club. Larry did recognize, but they do make a lot of donations. Larry mentioned, but I want to mention it again, for the police, rec and parks, other amenities, and a lot of good stuff here. And as you mentioned, they do pay for this building themselves. So again, thank you, Sharon. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to be part of Ocean Pines and be a resident here.
I also especially want to thank Debbie Donier, Director of Recreation and Parks. Debbie was our liaison through the project with John and the construction team during the project, and she has been our champion from start to finish. Debbie, we thank you so much for everything that you do for us. And we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I want to mention, Debbie was here yesterday, and she said, I think you need new mulch. It's a little shed there. You didn't get your new mulch yet. And there it is. Here it is, and it looks beautiful. Thank you. To the design teams, from the architect, the builder, electricians, and more who worked with us, we want to say thank you. It was so exciting watching this building go up and become a reality. We had hoped for a new building or a repair on the old building, something for a long time, but this is an answer to a prayer. We especially want to thank Eddie Wells and his crew that were so helpful, so accommodating, and so generous with their time and effort. And as we say, this person before you says something that you're going to say. There are no words that can express the gratitude that we have for Joe Costello. Joe was kind of assigned to this building, so we kind of worked together to get it done. All along the way, he was there for us, helped us. What did it say? Here it is. Joe built us a beautiful counter in the shop, made to our specifications. The crew, he and the crew from Public Works, they did painting and putting up slat wall and trimming and all that stuff for us. Shelving in the closets. I had said to Joe, you know, we really need storage under the windows. Joe designed cabinets for us under the windows with boards that drop down so we could put our storage away and put it up. He developed a system to hang the glass shelves that would make it almost invisible, like you didn't see the framework. That was all thanks to Joe. He also kept us on our 36-inch walkways around the store. And when we knew that we had to have 36-inch walkways, we found that a lot of the storage units we had in our old shop were just too big. So what did we do? Joe built us new ones. So he was there every step of the way, and we are so thankful to them for everything they've done. You know, although Ocean Pines built this building that we now rent, we were responsible for the interiors. And without Joe, we wouldn't have been able to have the shop we have now. So thank you so much. Speaking of interiors, I also want to mention a special thank you to Don Robinson from Seafloors. He's right, that shop is right here in Ocean Pines at the Mankin Creek Shopping Center. If you ever read in the local papers, if you go to their Facebook page, you'll find that Don gives back a lot to the community. And in our case, Don donated. Is Don here? Because he was going to be away, and they weren't sure he'd be back. I guess he's not here. Don donated the beautiful floor that we have, and the craft club only had to pay to install it. So a big thank you to Don. The floor is beautiful, and we promise we'll take care of it. I also want to thank Josh Vickers. Josh made our beautiful signs here, and the sign in the front of the shop. He was also part of Eddie's team, and we want to thank him as well. I don't know if everyone is aware, but a couple of weeks ago, with that terrible windstorm we had, a big tree fell, just missed the building. It fell between the building and the sign. So God was really smiling at us that day, because if it moved a few inches more, we could have had a big problem. There are a couple photos on the memorabilia table if anybody wants to take a look. Speaking of Josh's, we want to thank Josh Davis, Director of Marketing and Public Relations, and also his marketing coordinator, Julie Melanowski. Josh has written so many press releases and taken so many pictures for us. He's always there when we, Josh, what do you think about this? He's always there for us. He's taken pictures of the contract signing, the groundbreaking, the lease signing, the official opening, and here he is today taking pictures again. Thank you for your good help. I also want to thank our members. There are so many in our club to thank. But first, special thanks to Carol Quinto. Carol and her members met numerous times, planning layouts, ways to display merchandise, and what items we needed for the shop. Carol was also the liaison between the club, myself, Debbie, and the association's design team. I remember many a shopping spree that Carol and I went on, getting storage units and floor mats and waste baskets and dusters and mops.
We used to run into Joe all the time.
We decided the new shop needed a new broom, so we retired the old one. So we got a new broom and lots of mops to clean our new floor. I also want to thank the crafters and vendors who came and collected their items from the old shop and brought them back the next week. That made moving so much easier for us. A special thank you too to Pete and Olive Haynes. Olive is one of our members. On the day we moved into the new shop, Olive and I were in the old shop boxing up the leftover stuff that had to come over. And Pete was making trips back and forth, bringing the stuff in. Well, we had members and managers in the shop undoing the boxes and starting to do the setup because the following Saturday we were going to be open. I didn't think we were going to make it, but we did. I also want to thank our current shop managers, Diane Dank and Kim Perone, for keeping the shop running smoothly and finding new crafters and new merchandise. We have some new crafters coming in now. You never know what you're going to find in our shop because as we get new members, we also get new items that they give us. So you never know what you're going to find. Always lots to find in the shop. Our customers love the new store. We get positive comments from them all the time. The mission of the Pioneer Craft Club has been since its start in 1974 to craft high quality items that we could sell in the shop and donate the profits, as has been mentioned, back to the community. So we're so happy to do that, and that's our goal always to do that. I hope I haven't forgotten anybody to thank, but if I have, I'm sorry. I apologize, and I just want to thank everybody again. Now I'd like to introduce Kerry Bunting, Chamber President and CEO of Ocean Heights Chamber of Commerce, that will proceed with the living code.
Right, so this is going to be a grand photo op for Josh to take another photo of the building. And do you want the craft board of directors and the craft club members be on the front line holding the ribbon? And you want to be the cutter?
Sure.
All right. The chamber does have we do have a plaque that we give businesses and community members upon the ribbon cutting. So it's a little overdue, but we can definitely give that to you to display. But I also did want to say, after we cut the ribbon for this, the Ocean Heights Association, in conjunction with the Ocean Heights Chamber, we've purchased a free library for the community. So there are books in here. Feel free to take them and feel free to bring others over. So this is from us to you to share as a community at our wonderful big craft club. All right, so if you want to find whoever needs to be up here. Oh, there's ladies. Delegate Hartman.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you did. Oh, I can hear that. And I'm sorry I forgot you.
Hold up more ribbon.
Go on in here, Mrs. Brown.
Yes, it is here. We'll do a countdown. This Josh will do pictures. I'll do the. Okay, ready, Josh? All right, we're counting down. 3, 2, 1. Woo! It's official. I'm sure, delicious cake right around the corner. But we'll do the ribbon cutting for the library real quick.
All right, here we go.
Alright, now you can eat cake.
Yes,
I'm going to the store.
one quick thing.
One quick thing.
Just a couple of real quick announcements. First of all, the Pioneer Craft Club is planning their August craft fair on August 7th, 9 to 3. We're still in the process of getting vendors, so if there's any vendors around that's interested, there's information at our raffle table. And also, we're having a raffle today for a $25 gift certificate. The chances are $3 $4 you can get them at the raffle table. Now we can eat cake.
Yeah.